Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
I'm Chiz Chisholm. I'm just Chiz Chisholm. I'm Chiz Chisholm. I'm just
That's great!
I'm Chiz Chisholm. I'm just Chiz Chisholm.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
That's great!
Yoway! What's up, Fudge Packers? Welcome to Pure Boys Podcast. I'm Adam, and you're in.
And I'm Steve. And you're urine.
You're urine. That's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up,
You're
Pappy?
urine.
Hey, you know what? Merry Christmas oranges to you.
Merry Christmas oranges to you. I doff my hat to you. And all those out there who want to celebrate Christmas, even those in Australia where it's warm. And that's,
Nah. Can you really celebrate Christmas if it's warm? I don't know. It
No.
seems like something a heathen would do.
takes all the out of it for me, you know?
For sure, yeah. And my biggest concern is Christmas is where's the going to come from?
I'm so flippin' hungry.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm hungry for these oranges.
Oh my gosh. Well, listeners, we have a very special treat for you today. Actually, it's probably going to be audio torture for you if I had to guess.
Definitely.
This week, we're talking about the 2012 something or other classic, Christmas oranges. The Apocalypse Quintology is garbage trash and in the past, and now it's Jesus Christ Christmas season, keeping the Christ in Christmas, and so now it's time to start talking about Christmas movies, and we're starting it off with Christmas oranges.
Yeah, we're going to get into some real class podcasting this month, I think. It's going to really feed your bones.
Well, and here's the thing. Christmas movies, I feel like, are the Christians' bread and butter when it comes to cinema. It's either God propaganda or heartwarming Christmas movies. This one is neither. It's a very depressing, bleak movie about children in the 1920s just having the worst life ever.
Yeah, it's pretty depressing. The cinematography is perfect.
Oh, beautiful.
So if you're into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to see a movie filmed in an old mansion and the backyard of that mansion, you're in luck. You're in.
And if you think you're going to see a lot of oranges during this movie, you're kind of out of luck because it's the only thing these poor orphans pine for.
Well, these two poor orphans don't have to pine for anything because we're doing a very special treat for ourselves. And not even really ourselves. This is going to be bad in the end, but we have each purchased a box of Christmas oranges, and we are going to peel and eat as many Christmas oranges as we can during the recording of this episode once we start talking about the movie, because it's technically not Christmas orange time yet.
If you want to follow along and eat a bunch of Christmas oranges,
please,
and then tweet us with your numbers.
Yep.
And be honest, because God's watching.
Of course. And we're going to include pictures of our peels on the Twitter so you can see, how we'll prove to you how many oranges we've eaten. I haven't eaten any this year, so this is an exciting first for me.
Hashtag show us the peels. We're going to show you our peels.
Oh, yeah.
This is my third Christmas orange of the year.
Okay, all right.
And up to who knows how many.
Well, of course, yeah. I brought my box of... Hey, you know what? We need to do the Pure Boys Prayer before we get any further, the way we start all podcasts.
Yeah, we're too excited. We really want to get into this. We're just champing at the bit.
I can smell... These oranges smell so good. It's like I feel like an orphan who's never tasted an orange before. I can't wait to get my teeth into one of these and see what they're like. I'm surprised the orphans even knew how to prepare them. Like, there wasn't one orphan that just bit into its skin and all and was like, whoa, this is terrible.
Yeah, they don't really know what fruit is. I think they get their vitamin C by an injection in the 1910s.
I think they get it from porridge because that seems to be all they eat. They live like the crew of the Nebuchadnezzar from The Matrix and just eat slop.
Gruel, baby. Okay, we
Very
are getting
gruel.
into this.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
Prayer.
Here we go.
God bless our podcast. God bless all podcasts. We love you.
And we love Christmas oranges.
Yes, we do.
starring a bunch of people that look like they're famous but are not famous. Like a bunch of famous, not even doppelgangers of like D-list celebrities are in this movie. It's a very weird movie, but I'll tell you what won't be weird. How many Christmas oranges we eat and how much diarrhea or no poop we have later. I'm not sure what that's going to do to us.
Maybe it'll be one of each. Adam and Steve ride again.
Hey, that's right. Did you introduce yourself? I introduced myself as Adam. Did you say that you're Steve? Okay.
I said, I'm Steve and you're urine.
You're urine.
Is what I said. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And I am urine. And before we get to these delicious Christmas oranges, we need to do everyone's favorite segment on the show, and that is, of course, the
Kevin Sorbo Tweet of the Week.
Are you doing this week's? Did you pick one?
Yep, here it is. Joe Biden hates Christmas. Just kidding. He didn't tweet that yet, but I'm sure he will in the future.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna tweet that. He's gonna. He likes Hanukkah more, like. Probably.
Yeah, for sure, of course, yeah. Hey, how many oranges are you currently holding in your hands? Because I have 2.
What? I have 1.
I'm holding 2 like those Chinese handballs. You know, the ones that like make the sound when you rotate them around. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Chinese handballs. They have nice designs on them, mostly China ones.
Mm-hmm. They come in a very nice silk box. Yeah. China ones.
So this tweet happened at 6:38 p.m. on November 30th, 2021.
Kevin, that's so late. That's such a late BM. That's Okay.
You're almost 70. You should be in bed by now.
Is he almost 70?
He's in his 60s, I think.
Well, I hope he's at least 69, my brother.
Don't quote me on that, and I don't think he is. But here is the tweet.
Give us the ski.
Florida has the lowest COVID transmission rate in the country. Wake up, people.
Great. Well, this is not a political podcast, so legally we are not allowed to talk about COVID or anything like that. Although we will talk about it in talking about this movie. So what a trip.
Get into it. We're going to talk about COVID this whole podcast.
That's right. Starting with this tweet, Kevin's well-informed tweet about the COVID numbers in the worst run. Anyway, let's not get into it. This is not a political podcast.
I gotta find a good orange that like is easy to open. This big is kind of crap for them.
Well, okay, I'm shutting off Kevs. You just gotta roll them in your hands. You gotta get the peel loose away from the orange. Then you got a nice soft orange.
The flatter ones I find are really good for opening.
Yeah,
they got that groove on both sides. You know,
you're absolutely right, and I agree with you that it is the more oblong the orange, the better that peel comes off. Before we get into it, let's talk about peeling techniques for a second here. Are you an elephant man, or are you just like buck wild when you peel? What do you do? What's your technique?
I've gone back and forth. I was an elephant man for quite a while, but now I go buck wild. And I just want to get at the meat, you know?
I don't care how I get it. I just want to get at the meat.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I learned about oranges through this whole situation is that they're really hard to determine the size of them just with the picture. Because when you sent me that picture the other day, I was like, why'd you buy full oranges? And we had a tete-a-tete about that. You yelled back at me, of course. And then just today, you saw my bag of oranges on screen, and then you yelled at me, why did you get big oranges?
Well, we each made the mistake of thinking that the other person bought big oranges. And, Big Orange got to us, and they really got in our heads. And I love you, and I apologize if I came across too strong when I was concerned about your oranges. I wanted a fair match. So it wouldn't be fair if like one of your oranges was 2 of my oranges. It just feels like, well, that's not fair to you.
I feel like this is a positive thing. We are keyed up. We are ready for this contest, and we want it to be fair and square all the way.
Exactly. And you are going to win this contest because I do most of the talking on this show. I am the blowhard who steamrolls this entire operation. So you're going to have way more opportunities to be eating oranges while I boringly read through the plot of this movie. So congratulations. I doth my cap to you, sir. You will win.
And the only part where I usually talk is the Kevin Sorbo tweet of the week. So I made sure we started after that because that was your big advantage.
Yeah, it really was. I was planning on dieseling 2 or 3 oranges while you read his tweet, but now I guess I just have to hope for the best and expect the worst, which means I'm going to have major intestinal distress this evening.
Yeah. Do you have any techniques? Do you want to give away anything, or should we just get into it?
Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's God. Yeah. Let's get into this movie. I'm already peeling. I said let's go. Let's God. I'm already peeling. Here comes the first orange.
Let's go. Let's God is the peel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not going to peel open this orange. Well, I'm probably going to eat the peel.
I got to get a little bit of a head start on you, so.
Well, yeah, I'm not a great peeler. I like to take my time. Did you just take that orange to the dome, full orange?
Yeah, it's a little tart. I don't know if my oranges are ready.
That was something I was thinking about earlier. Is like, who's gonna have the better oranges? Because that's probably gonna be the winner.
Honestly, I think you will, based on that first orange that I ate. It was it was a little tart, which would explain. Yeah. My wife ate one earlier when I brought them home, and she was like,
"No."
Like, this was 2 or 3 days ago, and she was like, oh. And I'm like, are they good? She's like, a little tart. And I'd like, give them 2 or 3 days. They'll sweeten up real nice. And maybe that was just a bad one. I don't know. We'll see.
I almost have my first one peeled.
I'm working on my second one.
This movie was brought to you by Bridgestone Multimedia Group. Which I believe did Selfie Dad or something.
I know it wasn't. That we did watch a movie that was Bridgestone Multimedia Group, and it was around that time. But the company that did Selfie Dad is the one who was in Selfie Dad, and I don't think it was Bridgestone Multimedia. I think it was maybe the movie we watched after Selfie Dad.
Oh yeah, Bridgestone Multimedia Group.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna talk about eating oranges all this time, and not talk about this movie whatsoever. Which doesn't have a lot of oranges, and it has a lot of gruel. Like, if you were watching this movie and had a drink every time these poor orphans are eating gruel, you would be very, very drunk.
Oh, you'd be hammered. You'd be total ham dog, for sure, yeah. But I'm peeling.
I just had my second slice.
Oh, I'm eating these oranges. These are 1-bite oranges for me. I'm peeling my third orange right now because I have to get a head start on you, or else I'm going to be in so much trouble come the end of this. I gotta pad my lead a little bit here. No seeds so far though. Any seeds in yours?
I have a seed.
Sorry, man. Occasionally you get them. It's brutal.
Yeah. My orange is delicious. This is absolutely a delight. I'm feeling the Christmas spirit. He's chewing on a whole orange right now, trying to get this competition in.
That's 3. I have a whole box of them.
Whole oranges.
If you think I'm scared, I'm not scared. I'm eating so many oranges. You know how you can tell someone's brave when they have to tell you, I'm not scared, all right? I'm not scared. Or
you brought this competition to me, I'm going to just destroy you at it.
If you're or unless you're Mr. Clapton in this movie who is like, please don't be afraid of me. Don't be afraid of me. I'm fine. Don't be afraid of me. You remember that?
You mean Mr. Crampton?
Yeah, I mean Eric Clapton. That's how I have him written in my notes. So, you know what? It's going to be funnier to just say that this guy's Eric Clapton rather than say his name is Mr. Crapton or whatever his name was.
I honestly didn't want to call him a new name. I already learned Miss Hartley's name, which is she's the owner of the original orphanage where Rose, the main character, grows up. She was left on the doorstep, and Mrs. Hartley opens the door and goes, "Oh, what could this be?" And you live in an orphanage. You should know what this package on your front step is. It's a baby.
I'll tell you what it's not. It's not a bundle of money to help fund the orphanage or anything like that. Nope. It's another mouth to feed. Congratulations.
Or medicine.
No, nothing you need. Or food. It's nothing you need. It's exactly what you don't need, which is another mouth to feed in 1915 or whatever this movie starts.
And the mother of the baby looks way too young. That's bad casting, I feel.
Mm-hmm. And she's like when the voiceover is going on, it's like, I think my mother felt bad when she left me, and it just shows the woman who plays her mother going like, like her whole face is like imploding. It's very funny. This movie is full of children actors, and they're all pretty funny throughout it. So just in terms of like being a child actor who doesn't quite know what they're doing yet. That's 4 oranges for you.
I am peeling my second right now.
All right,
I don't know if I want to give my strategy right away, but I'm definitely playing the long game.
I know, you're hoping I'll burn myself out in the early stages, then you can surge ahead near the end. Either that or you're just tricking me into eating a bunch of oranges and making myself sick, which is also pretty funny, and I'm down for that too, but...
I'm gonna surge. Just watch until I surge. I'm gonna surge all over your face.
Buddy, you better surge, because if I win this competition with like a 10 orange lead, I'm gonna be so pissed off.
Yeah.
All right, so Mrs. Hartley finds a baby. There's a bunch of other kids at the orphanage, and there's a great scene where one of the little kids goes, "Well, what should we name her?" And Mrs. Hartley goes, "Let's call her Christmas Oranges."
So Christmas Oranges grows up in this orphanage, and it's just a delight. It's the perfect orphanage for a little girl to grow up in and have lots of leaf throwing. There's lots of fall fun that happens in the credit montage.
I mean, there's so much throwing of all kinds of things. They throw leaves several times at each other, and then they also just throw like snowballs and dirt, and like it's just fun, you know? It's just a fun time.
Well, they didn't have all these stupid frickin' phones or tablets.
Exactly. They didn't have Paw Patrol to get those kids all fired up and wired.
This is a period piece.
Yes, in that everyone in it is on their period for most of the movie. Another kid shows up at the orphanage after a few years of Rose being there. Rose is the main girl. Another girl shows up, and they go, "Let's name her Felicity because she's so sweet and full of life." And I went, huh? What does that mean? I don't understand.
Well, Felicity means happiness, right? Is that what comes out?
That's what they say later. Yeah, Mrs. Hartley's like, "Oh, well, we named her Felicity because it literally means happiness." I don't know if that's true. I'm not going to fact check that. Maybe back then, you could tell a kid anything back then. You could tell them that their name means God himself. What difference does it make? There's no internet. There's no baby books back then. You just got to trust.
It should have been named Hallelujah, because what a child.
Oh, what child is this? That kid is very important to the plot, as we'll soon find out. But first, we have to have another leaf fight, and big leaf fight, and then a shot of the kids like throwing dice in the alley, which I thought was kind of weird. They're like gambling, and then more leaf fights, and it's fun. But there is a very clear shot of kids just chucking dice in an alleyway, which I didn't understand what that's supposed to mean, but I loved it.
Maybe, well, they have a lot of money, these orphans. The orphanage, not so much.
No. But the orphans they got lots of money to throw around and gamble with each other, so.
Yeah, it's a traveling gamble spot where you go and gamble kids for lots and lots of money.
Yeah, it's like right off the rail yard, and a bunch of hobos come by, and they gamble for kids and for pork and beans and hobo satchels and all kinds of fun stuff like that.
Yeah, hobos and orphans. Some of the most lucrative businesses in the 1910s.
I'm gonna be honest. The only difference is age. That's the only difference between an orphan and a hobo. Show me a difference that isn't related to age. Also, orange number 6 down the hatch.
Orange number 6. Okay, I gotta surge here because this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
These oranges are so delicious.
Mine
I am
are better.
Just loving every bite.
The more I eat, the less it's bad.
Yeah.
The more is good, the more I eat.
What did you have before this? Was it very sugary?
No, I ate a big, I made a bunch of like macaroni and cheese. I ate a heavy pasta cheese lunch.
You know what grows great right before an eating contest of sweet fruit?
Yeah.
Heavy wheat.
Oh yeah, heavy wheat and cheese. Fill up your guts. I made a roux and like made my own cheese sauce and everything. It was a very complicated procedure, and now my guts are full of that. I expected to have more time to process that, but then you hit me up with, "Hey, you want to start an hour early?" And I was like, "Well, I guess this is what I'm working with, so let's go."
See, I'm coming at you at all angles. I'm a devious beat.
Hey, I love whatever direction you're coming at me from. So,
Is the first shot after the leaf having fun gruel? Did they go right to gruel?
I think the first shot after the leaf fight is the beginning of another leaf fight years later.
Right.
Because we have to get introduced to Josephine, the mean girl at this first, or not mean girl, but just like, I don't know, the jerk at the orphanage that Rose grows up in. And Rose is like, "Come join us in the leaf fight, Josephine." And she goes, "No," and she leaves. And then there's just this shot of Rose standing there looking very sad while people just huck handfuls of leaves into her face. It's very funny. Like just 10, 20 leaves just bouncing off her face at a time while she stands just stone still. Good for her.
And these aren't like light leaves. These are damp, gross, almost winter leaves.
Oh yeah, there's already been a frost at this point, and like so they're like, "Oh crap, we got to get these leaves cleaned up."
But that's how you build up the strength of an orphan.
Yeah, and that's the thing with orphans. You got to work on their stats. First and foremost, every orphan is really low in stats, and it's going to be hard to get their strength up because they're not getting proper food, but you can do what you can with like intelligence and dexterity and things like that. And, in the end, you got a pretty decent orphan that maybe some rich people want to adopt, unless they're too old.
You got that decent orphan.
Yeah.
Do you think orphans nowadays got it good compared to these orphans, or is it just as bad?
I'd imagine it's worse. Because
probably not as much outdoor time.
That and like, before it was like, oh, well, to an orphan, it's like, oh, they're getting a Christmas tree this year. Wow, that family must be rich. They have a Christmas tree. Whereas now, if you're an orphan, it's like, I can go on Instagram and see a kid half my age dabbing in Abu Dhabi on top of like the friggin' Burj Khalifa, right? So it's probably, there's a lot more FOMO nowadays, I would imagine, than back then. Orange number 7.
I don't know if there's any like small town orphanages nowadays. I think those are a thing of the past. Influenza is kind of ravaging this country right now, so there's a lot of orphans.
Ugh.
What number was that?
7. That one had a seed in it.
Did you swallow the seed?
No, I don't want an orange tree to grow in my stomach.
I was just gonna warn you, but you know the tricks.
Yeah, I made it to adulthood. I know the tricks. Yeah. So yeah, but then we get the gruel from the sad leaf fight. We cut straight to the gruel, and one of the kids, Walter, is like, "Do we have to eat oatmeal? The oatmeal makes my tummy hurt." And all the kids are like, "Eat the oatmeal, Walter." It's like, I think this kid's allergic. I think this kid's celiac. Well, you better eat those oats, kid. That's the only choice you have.
Well, there was not a lot of food around the place at this time.
No.
The whole theme of this movie is you get what you get and you be happy with it, stupid orphan.
That classic saying, you get what you get and you be happy with it, you stupid orphan.
I feel like there were a lot of orphan movies between like 1985 and 2000.
Name a few.
Orphan Annie.
You mean the Jamie Foxx version? Yeah, okay. That was much later, but we can count it. That's fair.
Yeah, that was kind of more in the past. It had that oeuvre.
Yeah.
Of
where a black dude could get rich in the 1920s and people would be cool with it, I guess.
I think you're eating these things too fast.
No, man, it's a contest. What the hell's the matter with you?
I'm going as fast as I can.
No, you're not.
Delicious. The sugar is holding me down.
I'm about to put number 8 into my mouth, eating it whole. I'm not effing around. I need a runway. Here comes 8. Here comes the glue. Oh.
Here comes the glue. So this little Tim Tom, I like to call him, is he really wants muffins, and eggs, and bacon, which I don't think even rich people had at this point in history. It was some dire times.
Well, the family that adopts them says that that's what they eat for breakfast. They're lying, of course, to trick this kid into coming to work in their coal factory. But whatever, that's fine. That's just how it went back then.
And it was so easy to adopt a child. You just like walked in a room and were like, that one, and left.
Yeah, there's no paperwork. There's no paper trail. You just walk in and you leave with a kid. Whichever one you want. Take your pick. It's a meat market in here.
It truly was. a great time in human history.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. One of our finest moments is just the fact that you could just adopt any kid you wanted anywhere at any time. Even if they had a family, you just scoop them up, take them to your mansion, you're good to go.
I mean, maybe you had to write down your name in a book, but that's it.
I mean, maybe. We don't see that, certainly, so it's tough to say, but I do like that this scene with the kids listing off the food they want is super unrealistic because they're listing, like, Mrs. Hartley's like, hey, we can't have that stuff, but we can imagine that we can have that stuff. So let's talk about all the things we wish we could have for breakfast. And all the kids are like, bacon and eggs and like McGriddle and like, muffins and whatever kinds of stuff they want. But nobody says Pop-Tarts and nobody says Eggos. And I went, these aren't real kids. This is based on fiction as far as I'm concerned.
Is that when you clued into when it was in the past? Was this your first clue?
Nobody said Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I was like, well, then this has got to be this is the village all over again. This is people in the past living in the present day.
Well, then these stupid orphans don't know what they're talking about.
No, they're complete idiots. Get Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's the finest of the cereals. Fight me if you think that's wrong. Fight me if you think you can name a better cereal than Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Newsflash, genius. All cereal is garbage, so you might as well go for the one that tastes the best. No cereal is good for you. So eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch, jabroni. Orange number 9.
I'd have to say Frosted Flakes.
That's what are you, a 55-year-old man? Frosted Flakes. You know what? Fine. Like what you like.
No, I think you need to rag on me more for liking Frosted Flakes.
Tell me other things you like so I can dunk on you for them.
Sugar Crisp?
Yeah, okay. No, never for me. Never a Sugar Crisp, man.
Can't get enough of that Sugar Crisp. Can't get enough.
We were a mini wheats household. My dad loved mini wheats. So my dad would diesel like 2 bowls of mini wheats every morning, it felt like. We would buy the family-sized packs, and it would last a few days. We were beasts on that stuff. Orange number 9.
My Faja would really, really try to get me to eat those mini wheats. The ones without the frosting?
Nope.
Had frosting?
I'm sorry, did you say the ones without the frosting? I didn't even know that was a thing that they made, was mini wheats.
Just wheat.
Yeah, that's just cream of wheat. I think your dad was just trying to serve you gruel.
Yeah, we were a gruel-heavy household. And my dad would throw down a bowl and it would slosh all over the place and he'd go, eat your gruel, kid.
Adam. I mean, of course our father was God. So we were like, God, please. And he's like, I'm not gonna kill an animal to feed you. You gotta eat the fruit and the gruel,
God smokes a lot of cigars, a lot.
That's the thing they don't talk about in the Bible is how much cigar smoke God is just always reeking. His fingers are stained yellow. He's kind of gross because he's been smoking cigars for 6,000 years, really. He's got the bottom of his mustache is all yellowed. It's just gross, man. Get a better habit. Start dipping or something.
He'd said way too many diners that had the smoke policy, the 4 smoking policy for way too long.
My wife and I went to the Colorado a few years ago, and we ate at a restaurant in a small town, a little greasy spoon, that had a smoking section, and it was it's 2019, and there's people smoking over there. That's the most surreal thing I've ever seen. Also, this plexiglass you put up to separate my booth from their booth is doing nothing about the smoke, so congrats, guys. Great restaurant. 5 stars.
Yeah.
The food was good, though. It was a little Mexican place. It was delicious.
I mean, air is everywhere, and that's where the smoke goes, because it's almost air.
That's the thing that they don't tell you in school is that air is everywhere. Good luck trying to escape it. If you want to get orange number 10 in you, then you better start peeling. I'm about to hit double digits, brother. What number are you on?
I don't think you want to know.
I want to know. Is this 2 or 3?
I'm working on 4.
Hey, keep me informed. I need to know how the contest is going. Keep the listener informed so they know where we're at.
I have never thought this in my entirety of existing, but I almost want a more tart orange. These things are like sipping on simple syrup. It's so sweet.
This is just corn syrup. I love it.
We're going to crash from all this sugar so hard. We're going to be flying for a bit, though.
Good thing my only plan for the rest of the day is to watch Empire. That's all I have to do is just watch Terrence Howard's Micropenis and Empire. It's perfect.
Yeah, we talked about that in depth a little while ago.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely we did. That was number 10. 10 oranges in me in less than 30 minutes, in let's say 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's too many oranges.
It's an orange
I'm peeling number 5 right now.
All right, I'll peel number 11 then, you son of a gun. I'm going to eat this whole box. I just want you to know I'm going to eat this entire box of oranges.
I'm going to try to eat as many oranges as you have.
Here's the thing. The contest should be who can finish all their oranges.
Well, I bought more oranges, though. I bought 2 bags.
Well, how many are in each bag?
Like 50, something like that.
Bullshit. There's not 50 Christmas oranges in each bag.
Now, I have already lost track of how many oranges I had to eat already a couple of times.
You're on 4. How could you have lost count?
Exactly.
Oh, no. Here comes number 11. Oh.
Straight to the dome. If you think that we're being hyperbolic about how much gruel they eat, there are 2 different orphanages in this movie, and they both serve the exact same gruel. Gruel is everywhere right now.
That's like the staple food of the 1920s was gruel.
Yeah.
Hard times, Hard times make hard people,
Yeah, that's why it was a better country back then, because it was hard.
Let's go back to the way it was. I do love that this entire movie is building up to like orphans getting 1 orange on Christmas Day and what an exciting thing that is. And I've eaten 11 oranges already.
Yeah. The most insane gift that they can even possibly dream up for Christmas is a flippin' orange.
Well,
and we are having a contest to see how much we can eat.
Exactly. Yeah. But we also have a birthday. We have Rose's birthday.
We're only at Rose's birthday?
Well, things will pick up from here. Rose has a birthday party. Mrs. Hartley made her a wartime cake. Mrs. Hartley's a very loving, warm woman who loves these orphans like her own kids, and especially Rose because she raised Rose from like an infant, like a baby. She raised her to, I don't know, 8, 9, 7. I don't know how old Rose is in this movie, but yeah. So Mrs. Hartley feels very close to her. So she throws her a nice little birthday party, makes her a cake, even though there's a world war going on. And, I'm guessing that cake is made out of beets or something like that. I don't know but they used to do all kinds of wacky stuff for food back in the day.
It's probably like a potato cake or something.
You're
a little bit of sugar on it.
Oh, if you're lucky. It's probably just gruel that she put like icing sugar on and was like,
wouldn't that be funny if they actually did that? That would be so fun.
Well, especially considering Walter just, while they're talking, just rips a handful of it off and just starts eating, goes, "This is the best cake I've ever had." It's like,
he doesn't even get slapped on the wrist for it, though. It seems like Miss Hartley and everybody thinks it's very jovial.
Well, I don't blame him. I mean, it's fun, and like, let that kid eat cake, That's what Marie Antoinette was all about.
You think cake would be better than an orange on Christmas. I guess.
What's her birthday?
Mm-hmm.
So cake is great on your birthday. Terrible at Christmas. Who's the cake for? Jesus? Well, yeah, of course. Or my sister. My sister is also a Christmas baby. So is she the Messiah? No.
Why is cake so bad at Christmas?
Because what it for?
For eating.
Nah.
It's delicious. Cake is awesome.
Cake is awesome, but some cakes are more appropriate for Christmas time than other cakes. You wouldn't want like a Black Forest cake at Christmas. Oh. Number 12.
Why number 12? I thought we were peeling 11.
No, I ate that.
I need some paper towel. My hands are so wet.
That's your problem. I'm just going wet and sticky this whole thing. I don't care.
I think I'm going to have to change my pants.
Got too excited about the oranges? I understand.
All this sugar is making me feel things I've never felt before.
Hyper.
Well, I think this is how Eve turns into Steve.
This is how Eve turns into Erm, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, but watch a different episode for that.
Of course, yeah. Kids, it's time to go sledding. 1910 sledding. What fun. Except Felicity is cold, and as soon as Felicity was like, I'm not feeling very good, I went, she's going to die. 100% this girl's going to die. 1,000%. No, why would they say that if she's not going to die? And so instead of like Felicity's like, I don't feel very good. I don't want to go sledding. And Rose just goes, well, can you just make it to the top of the hill and just like come sledding with us? It just forces her to come sledding. And so they sled. They have a snowball fight. Felicity is just like dying the whole time.
Yeah, she's closer to death with each breath.
Ooh, beautiful.
When she said she was sick, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming at all.
Well, you haven't seen enough movies yet, I guess, then.
No, I'm not a sharp, critique.
There's
so much gas from the oranges.
They check in on Felicity, and she's got a fever and is definitely going to die. 100% going to die.
Oh, yeah.
So then they get back to the house, and 3 of the other kids are like, yeah, I feel sick too, actually. I'm not doing well. And I went,
oh, no.
Yeah, I went, oh, no, is this the Spanish flu? And sure enough, it's the goddamn influenza outbreak of 1918. You know, the last big pandemic where everyone rallied together and did the right thing, and then it was over, and they could go back to their normal goddamn lives.
Yeah, it was tough seeing a movie about a pandemic.
Yeah, because it ends in the movie, and you go, oh, what a treat that would be to have a pandemic end.
Yeah, spoiler alert, they use the orange oil to inject it into people, and it cures the influenza. Christmas oranges.
13.
13? I thought we would both get to, like, 4.
Well, then you're a coward. Buddy, I'm winning. I'm competitive. I'm winning this competition.
I don't know if I could take any of these to the dome.
Well, you should. You should try. Here's the thing.
All right.
They go down a lot easier if you just dome them. Just one shot McGraw, you know?
Yeah, because I'm tasting each sugar molecule as it goes down.
Yeah. You gotta trick your body.
I love sugar.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah. Felicity's dead, by the way. She totally dies of Spanish flu. Boop. And I thought they were all going to die from Spanish flu except for Rose, but it just takes Felicity, and then it kills Mrs. Hartley as well. Oh, well, sorry.
Is there a couple others, or is it just those 2?
I think it's just those 2. I think they're the only ones, the only ones that matter are the ones that die. None of the little kid, nobody else dies, and it's like, yeah. Could the adult have at least lived? Oh, nuts. Oh, well.
Yeah, this is when I had a feeling that this movie might be a bit of a downer, is when Rose and Felicity are in bed, and then, Felicity's totally dying, and Rose is singing to her. And it's very somber and melodic and kind of beautiful, but not really what I'm used to in these films.
Well, and also, I love that Felicity, who is a child, who is 5 or 6 years old, is just going please don't leave me alone. please don't leave me alone. And you're like, oh my God, you're going to die at any second. Oh God, that's horrible. What a horrible way to die, child.
Let me just shove this orange into my face.
Of course. So, yeah, we don't have to. Nobody's getting scurvy after this episode. We are seed to the D, you know?
We are very much anti-scurvy on this pod.
Of course.
We were two of the first. We've seen scurvy. It's not great.
No. That was a weird voice.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Is that a ghost of Christmas Present?
I think that was, Ebenezer Scrooge coming here. That's the ghost of my dumps future that are just like, please don't do this to us. We love you, please. So I thought you were going to jump in there, but you had a mouthful of orange, so.
Yeah, this is ruining Christmas oranges for me.
Yeah. Hey, no, for real. I'm about to eat 14.
Like, there have been Christmases where legit Christmas oranges are my favorite part of the holiday.
I'm with you.
I love me some.
When I was younger, my family would go through, we would diesel like 6, 7, 8 boxes of Christmas oranges in the month of December. Easily. Yeah. And now my teeth have no enamel left on them. And I'm like, why are my teeth so sensitive? Oh, it's probably because of like the gallons of citrus that I ate every year. 14.
I think he said 11. So this is probably just his 11th orange. And I can still catch up because I'm peeling 6, I think.
Count your peels.
Nah, I can't.
Okay, that's fair. You can't count. You can't.
They're too ratted up.
You just tore up from the floor up, eh?
Yeah, they're tip to taint all over the place.
Mm-hmm. So the people die. So then some mean woman shows up and is like, hey, all you kids, put on your best clothes, you grubby orphans. Get out in the living room because there's a bunch of rich people that want to adopt you, some of you. And
she's the only one who cares enough to show up at least and auction off these kids. And she is mean as heck about it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this ruined her Saturday, her only day off.
Yeah, it's her job to deal with orphans. She's like, I hate orphans. I wish all orphans would just die in the street alone. Hey, somebody's getting grapefruited over here.
This orange kick is making me wild. I'm thinking about all sorts of things.
15 right here, baby.
You can't have 15. You're going to have a Christmas orange tree grow in your stomach.
I am going to have a Christmas orange tree grow in my stomach, and I'm not going to poop for weeks. So here we go. So one by one, all the kids are getting snatched up by these rich people. And to be fair, the rich people look nice. Like, it's not like, well, that's not true. The one boy definitely gets, like, adopted by a coal miner who is just like, well, small hands will help fix these gears of my tractor. So it's like, oh, whoops.
Or start coal mining. Like, back in that sort of era, there was no unions. No, there was no people stopping kids from working in coal mines.
There was no one
littered with them.
There was nobody telling you couldn't eat 15 Christmas oranges.
I think I'm peeling 6. I have a very large pile of orange peels in front of me. I can't even imagine the type of insanity you're looking at.
It's a pretty good pile.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be rough in the back end of this episode. It's going to be rough.
You're going to have a bad evening.
It's okay. I got Empire to keep me company. It's going to be fine. I'm not worried about it. All right? I'm not scared.
So the 3 oldest orphans do not get picked.
And I love that it's Rose, who is the main character, Josephine, who is like her friend, I guess, and then a third girl who we're never introduced to. We don't get a name and we never see her again. It's like, we'll just have her get adopted. Like, why?
I also don't remember her in previous scenes. I mean, she could have been in the background easily, but I swear they got a new kid. Because you could just swap kids in and out when there's large orphanages involved.
Oh, yeah. There's really kids. Kids are a dime a dozen back then. So we should also mention, for Rose's birthday, Mrs. Hartley gave her a book. And
the book, and in it she wrote a nice little inscription to her that's like, hey, keep on keeping on, and keep it gangster, kid. Yeah.
And
it should have been the Bible, though.
It should have been the Bible, and she should have written in it, "Hey, I'll see you at SawCon," and she'll go, "What's SawCon?" And Mrs. Hartley will go, "Suck on these nuts," and get her, you know?
Bleep that.
Won't, can't.
Okay.
So Josephine gets, whatever, you're gone, Josephine. Other girl, hardly knew you, who cares? Rose is put on a train with the mean woman, and the two of them leave to go somewhere. So
is this a free trip for the mean lady? Can she not just take this train?
She must be able to just take the train. I bet the government paid for it.
Yeah, like I was put on a train when I was like 3 years old.
Wow, that's sad. Sorry to hear that, man.
I had a crappy old lady with me.
Oh, it was so mean to you.
Yeah. She sold me for a bucket of chips.
Sorry, Mike. Adjust my headphones.
Are you checking yourself?
No, I just gotta adjust my headphones. They were digging into my ears, making my glasses dig into my ears.
Well, your head's growing because of all the oranges. You're becoming a smart man.
I'm becoming the annoying orange is what I'm becoming. No?
Vitamin C is good around these times of years, you know?
Yeah, it's not as good
Especially
as
in
vitamin
Haiti.
D. But yeah, well, that's the one thing Haiti doesn't have enough of is vitamin C, if you can believe it or not. A lot of deficiency here.
We're on an island, no oranges. You couldn't write this stuff.
You couldn't write it, folks. You just couldn't write it. Rose forgets her book on the train because the mean woman's like, "Let's go." And she's like, "I forgot my book." And the woman goes, "I don't care. You get in the carriage. You're not going back.
I'm on vacation.
This is my vacation." Here we are at a dude ranch. I'm so excited.
Well, she's got a hookup in the next town over, and this was a free train ride.
That's true. And I got really excited when they got to the new orphanage because from the outside, it looks like it's a ranch. And I was like, are we having like a Cowgirl Summer crossover? We're going to have a Cowgirl Christmas? Well, not this
Christmas
week.
ranch?
Is this a Christmas ranch? Not this week, it ain't. That's for sure.
I'm definitely going to have to change my pants.
Yeah. So Rose gets the new orphanage.
Iron Gates.
Yeah, Iron Gates Orphanage. Lovely name. Sounds like home to me.
Mm-hmm. I love to live there.
Me too. This is 16. Peeling it.
16 what?
16 oranges.
So you're a very good peeler.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm a very good peeler.
I think we're getting into an insane. How many more oranges do you have? Do you have even enough?
I probably have like 25 oranges left. I don't even think I'm halfway through this box yet. But I'm gonna do it for you, Steve. Because I love you. I'm going to eat all these oranges because you asked me to. You texted me, you said, "Hey, let's eat oranges while we do this." And I went, "I'll eat as many as, I'll crush you in this. I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to bury your name in the dirt at the end of this competition."
I feel like we need to take a break.
No, we're going to keep going. What are you talking about? No breaks. No breaks. Much like the Offspring saying, no breaks, all right?
All right. Just don't eat too many oranges.
I'm sorry, is this not a competition with no prize at the end of it and nothing but bragging rights to keep us warm at night? Yeah, I'm eating the most oranges possible.
Okay, good night.
Well, we're introduced to Mr. Clapton, who is the owner of this ding-dang Iron Gates orphanage, and when they first show him, the first thing we see is like a peg hit a stair. It turns out it's a cane, but I thought that he had a peg leg when we were first introduced to him, and I was very excited to see how they were going to pull that off in 2012.
So you were hoping for like a pirate,
yeah, 17.
kind of like a pirate ranch orphanage crossover type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where like there would be a bad orphanage owner, obviously. That's the pirate.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, 17.
And did you think there was going to be an orange orchard?
I thought there was going to be oranges in this movie, that's for sure.
Yeah, there are no oranges at this point in the movie,
No.
and we're like 45 minutes in.
Yeah, I clocked the first mention of an orange is at 49 minutes into the movie. So,
Which is absolutely crazy. Gruel has shown up at least 10 times the amount of oranges by this point.
And once we get to Iron Gates, hilarious lines start getting thrown out. Like, you've been sent to Iron Gates because you have nowhere else to go. No one wants you. Hilarious thing to say to an orphan. Or also, there's a girl who lives at the orphanage named Celeste who is just being lied to, I guess. Like, her dad's in the army, and her mom is busy doing something else. But, like, she's been at the orphanage for a while. Like, this isn't...
A couple of years.
From the sounds of it. So she's eating good. She's eating, like, good food. And at the dinner, she's like, oh, this is just so much food. I don't think I can eat it all. And all the other kids are eating gruel. And one of the kids goes, could I have some of it? And she goes, no, you may not. Pretty funny. Pretty funny dunking on kids.
I like those two little girls. They always kind of snap at Celeste in a real fun way. Like, not too digging, but, like, very posh.
Like, Celeste carries herself like she's queen bee of this orphanage, and yet everyone disrespects her all the time and clowns her at every opportunity. It's kind of beautiful to see that these kids are just like, we'll do your hair, Celeste, but we're going to trash talk you the entire time we're doing your hair. How does that sound? We're going to make fun of you to your face.
Celeste uses fear and hate to push on her other orphans, and everybody just tee-hees okay.
Exactly. They love it. So that night, they're all laying in bed together because all the girls sleep in a big room in a bunch of beds, but Celeste gets her own bed because her daddy's in the army and is paying, I guess, for her to be there, which, like...
Big bed.
But, like, why wouldn't you send her to, like, a boarding school or something? Oh, my wife is here sharking around. I think she wants to eat one of my oranges. Do you want an orange?
You can't.
Babe?
Tell him not to eat so many oranges. Can you tell her to tell you that?
Steve says I shouldn't eat so many oranges. What do you think?
It smells like an orange in here.
Tell her how many oranges you've eaten.
I've eaten 17 oranges.
17?
She looks shocked and appalled, if I'm being honest.
I can smell the oranges from the hallway.
Delicious. Well, that's great. That's great. You want to jump on mic, talk about these oranges? No?
Are they good?
Yeah, well, I've eaten 17 of them. I hope they're good.
Well, yeah, I hope so too.
What do you... If you eat too many oranges, do you get diarrhea or do you get no poops?
I mean, it's a fruit, so I would guess that you probably have intestinal
I think she's talking about powdered milk right now.
Well, I guess we'll find out. This will be a fun experiment.
Yeah, you'll have to report back next week.
Steve, how many oranges have you eaten?
I think I'm on 7.
He says he's on 7.
Maybe.
Can you believe how bad I'm kicking his butt right now?
Come on.
What a coward this guy is.
Okay,
It was so sweet.
The same size as yours.
Yeah, they're the same size as mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
He needs to get on it then.
I know. You don't got to tell me. He's a friggin' dud. He's holding back this competition. I'm peeling 18.
I'm trying to really kick it into high gear here.
So the girls find out that Rose can sing, and they're like, "You have a beautiful singing voice." And I go, "That's because you haven't heard anyone sing ever, because you're orphans. You've heard other orphans sing, but you've never heard Mariah Carey. You've never heard Michael Bublé. You don't know real artists."
Who do you think the Michael Bublé was of the 1918s?
Ooh.
That's probably some doodad guy, hey?
Yeah, it was probably like Grace Kelly or something like that.
Arnold Palmer.
Oh, my favorite drink. Do you think Arnold Palmer's existed before Arnold Palmer and they were just called something else?
Oh, you mean the drink? Not the human being?
Yeah, well, I don't think Arnold Palmer's existed as human beings before the Arnold Palmer started the lineage of the Palmers.
I don't know. What if there were thousands of Arnold Palmers throughout history and none of them just became famous?
Maybe. What if your co-host was about to eat his 18th orange?
It's too many oranges. Well, I feel like I did my due diligence to try to get your wife to get you to stop eating oranges. So if anything bad happens, it's off my conscience.
This guy's trying to... This guy's out there trying to get me... He's trying to trick me into stopping the competition so that he can surge ahead and crush me in this orange eating competition. But let me tell you,
I got a surge.
I'm on 18 and I'm not slowing down, my brother. I'm eating this whole box of oranges. So,
These orphans suck.
oh man, I can barely see right now.
Blurred vision.
Yeah, I hate this blurred vision. So Mr. Clapton's got a bunch of rules. He's a very strict man. He's no nonsense. Some of the rules are like you're not allowed out of your room after lights out. Sit still and be still, whatever that one rule is.
Don't dig in my books.
Certainly don't go into my room and start digging through my books to try to find pictures of my daughter who looks like you. Please don't do that. And like, that's exactly what Rose does, that little booger nose. She goes in and she finds the book, not her copy of the book, but another copy of the book. And she grabs that book and wants to read. It's like Rebecca in the Secret Garden or some nonsense.
Yeah. And I think Mr. Crampton is away trying to find his daughter.
Yeah, he's estranged from her. She's gone.
He's estranged.
Oh, yeah, for sure he's estranged. And she's gone off she's got her own life going on, but she used to look just like Rose when she was younger. But also, like, hire an actress to be the pictures of the kid, to play Grace, the kid. Don't just get Rose to do it, because it's weird then. Get a kid that at least looks like Rose or something like that. It's just weird that they're like, yeah, his daughter was a dead ringer for this orphan, and then nothing becomes of that. It's bizarre.
Like, get a wig or something.
Yeah, get a wig. Throw a wig on her. Give her a mohawk.
I'm always thinking about putting wigs on actors and how funny that would be.
It would be way better than what they currently do, which is no wigs.
And then there's a scene of gruel.
More gruel. Joe shows up. We meet Joe. He's the orange man. He's their orange connect. And he loves those kids. Finally oranges. In fact, so at 49 minutes, we get this line. Emily, who is Rose's friend at the new orphanage, goes, you know what my favorite part of Christmas is? When Joe brings the oranges. And I was like, here we go, baby. Let's see those oranges. Number 19. Let's eat it.
Like, I wonder if it's an artistic choice to only show the audience gruel and more gruel just to get you salivating. Because oranges are coming up. It's the title of the flippin' thing over here.
Well, I think...
But,
yeah.
Yeah, I just ended on Bud.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I think angels eat oranges in heaven. So, what do you think of that? God.
Always.
That's why
beautiful angels.
It's why it's on Pure Flakes. Beautiful angels waiting to get just split in half by God so that it can make a baby with them and create life here on Earth.
Every time.
Rip me apart, God. Oh.
I've ate too many oranges.
How many oranges have you eaten?
7?
19. Huh?
The thing about oranges is that they're super creamy going down your throat. Oh. And that's the best part of them for me.
I'm crushing you in this competition.
You truly are. Have you gone back around? Like, you started out not liking the oranges, then you liked them. Are you back to not liking them?
No,
Has it gone back and forth?
I still like them. My body is like, hey, you should probably stop. Like, not too many more oranges, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm probably going to eat at least 25 of them. Well, I mean, we'll see. My body's like, please, Bear. Please don't do that. No, too bad, body. My brain makes the decisions. My mouth... Is your mouth just so full of saliva from all the tart orange juice?
I'm so wet. I just feel a wetness about me that is unquenchable.
I'm drenched, man. I'm totally drenched right now. If this mouth could talk, it would tell you that it's drenched. It's soaking wet right now.
My hands are just so soaked and drenched, and my mouth is salivating like crazy. I feel like Mr. Ranch.
You are Mr. Ranch. I've said that to you a million times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have.
Yeah. Mr. Clapton leaves to go, he had like a private investigator trying to find his daughter, and then he shows up at the house that he thinks his daughter's at, and they're like, there's nobody here named that. And he's so mad at the guy who was like investigating. The guy's like, well, they said she was here. What do you want me to do? I don't know who your freaking daughter is. I don't know.
This is an investigation. You try leads and you figure them out. You don't just hop on a horse and go to the next town right when you get a letter that she's here. You call for.
Yeah, you make sure that what's up is what's up. And so
email them, WhatsApp them. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Tweet at them. Hey, what's up at Flakes? Are you ever going to sponsor this show?
Are you at The Real Grace? Please?
Are you effed in the A?
Do you think we, or somebody should, I don't think we have the right chops to remake this movie for modern times?
Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be great. I would love that. A kid, could you imagine a stupid kid being like, I can't wait to try an orange. Can you believe that oranges? I'm about to eat my 20th orange, kid. Shut up. Don't even act like oranges are special. I'm putting these down like they're Oreos in a sleeve. They mean nothing to me. I'm going to forget I ate these oranges by tomorrow. Just kidding. My body.
A whole sleeve?
My body.
Oh, you're going to remember these oranges tomorrow.
My body keeps the score. It's gonna know about these oranges for sure.
I can't wait to go to the local curling rink in Haiti here and curl tomorrow.
Oh, no, Bubby. That's going to be tough.
Oh, maybe they'll smell great, though. Maybe I'll just fart oranges.
My wife says she can smell oranges from the living room, so that's pretty impressive.
How could you not? There's so much orange just spritzing all over the place.
20.
Like, we could squeeze the peels that we have and stain a deck. We've definitely consumed enough to stain a deck. Is your body... It seems like your body is refusing to let that orange in. Like, it just got stopped at the mouth, and your muscles refuse to work at getting that in.
I'm trying... It's 20. And when I put it in my mouth, my tongue like shot up to the roof of my mouth to try to block it off.
Yeah.
And it made me make a weird noise. I was like, "Ugh." That was my body going like, hey, we're all full at the inn here. You got to go to the manger, buddy. This isn't going to work out for you.
I honestly thought I would catch up to you. I thought my endurance would last.
Well, I'm not stopping. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for you to catch up to me, pal. I'm living my life a quarter mile at a time. I'm living my life one Christmas orange at a time, all right?
According to Jim.
Christmas Eve is tomorrow, man. They're going to get in trouble tonight, and then Christmas is going to get canceled. I feel yiz drunk.
What are you talking about? You seemed yiz to the dome. You have too much acidic culture in your body right now.
I'm peeling 21 at the moment.
Oh, I thought you said I'm feeling 21. Like you had so much inside of you that you just were bursting with youth.
Hey man, right now as I peel my 21st orange, I feel like I'm 21 again.
Yeah, that's a good movie. 21 again. Now, it seemed like you were kind of hunching over in disgust.
No, the smell of oranges is starting to get to me. It's starting not to smell very good to me.
Once you mentioned the smell, or your wife did?
My wife, yeah.
All I could smell was oranges and that like very sharp, oily orange.
Yeah, man, because you're living in it. You're living in those oranges.
I'm only at 9. I mean, you didn't stop to see how 9 felt. I think you just kept chugging.
I didn't even know 9 existed. I barely even acknowledged. I was in a rush to get to 10. I wanted to get those double digits, and now I'm in the 20s. I don't even know what the double digits felt like.
Too bad we don't have 100 oranges. Do you think there's a limit?
To how many a human being can eat? Probably. Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say even Kobayashi himself couldn't eat all of these oranges. 22.
Did you look up the limit?
For how many oranges a person can eat?
Yeah.
No, but I know you can overdose on vitamin C. I do know that that's a thing, and it'll F you up. It won't kill you, but it'll make you feel pretty lousy, I think.
Yeah, that's a real worry for me.
I guess, should you Google how many Christmas oranges is a dangerous amount of Christmas
Honestly, I
oranges?
can't really Google right now because my hands are so wet they just slide off the keys.
Lick
of my
your
keyboard.
hands. Just lick your hands, you wild animal.
Where do I put this wet orange?
In your mouth.
More girl.
21? Is this 21 or 22? Oh,
I
God.
think this is 22 because you were talking about 21 earlier.
Yeah, this is 22. Yeah, you're right.
I think you got to stop eating orange.
Here it comes. Here's over the lips and past the gums. Look out, 21 other oranges. Here this one comes. Oh.
I have to assume when we remove ourselves from this mortal coil and join God,
Yeah.
will you, our Father,
Who
who art in heaven,
Farts in heaven, yeah.
will you remember this moment before you pass through?
I think so, yeah. This is right up there with the eggnog drinking contest I had at Shoppers Drug Mart where I used to work.
Yeah.
But
that was a kid's game.
Yeah, but I crushed everyone in that one too. I drank like 7. You know the cartons of eggnog. It's like not the little one. It's not a jug, but it's like the in between. You know what I'm talking about?
The leader.
The liter. I drank about 7 of those. I think one day at work, and crushed the competition by like 5 or 6. It wasn't even close. Those clowns couldn't even keep up to me.
See, I had no idea what I was walking into when I proposed this food contest. You're really living a dog-eat-dog life when it comes to this shit.
How many oranges is bad oranges? How many oranges? Okay, so the good news is that the worst that's going to happen is cramping, diarrhea, bloating, and nausea. No problem. They say oranges are great for you, but you should enjoy them in moderation. Some person named Thorntonwood says eating in large quantities could give you gastrointestinal symptoms if you are sensitive to the high fiber content, so it's best to have no more than 1 a day.
Yeah.
Not 22 or 9 in your 8, 9, where are you? 9.
I think I'm at 8 or 9 for sure.
Oh my God.
That didn't tell us anything.
What are you talking about? That told us everything. Eat 1. Don't eat more than that, or you're gonna get sick.
Maximum amount of oranges.
Good call. How much is a bad amount of oranges to eat on a stomach full of mac and cheese? That's what I need to know. I need to know those specifics, please.
Okay, what happens if I eat 10 oranges a day?
Yeah, let us know. While you're doing that, there's a great part where Rose is up in the attic because that's where the punished kids go, up in the attic, and Emily sneaks up there and she's like, "Hey, do you know any other songs?" And Rose starts going, "I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, ribs." Thought that was very funny.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Oranges.
Door chilies, Christmas oranges.
Baby back grave.
A baby back grave. How many oranges?
Baby back grave.
How many oranges is too many oranges? I gotta eat 3 more. I gotta get to 25. I can't puss out at 22. I gotta get 25 in me, dog.
Okay, all these articles are like, try not to eat this many, or like, don't eat this many. Tell me what the maximum is.
Yeah, what's the fatal amount of oranges I have to eat? Let me know. How many until my skin turns orange, like Arnold on the Magic School Bus?
Fatal amount of oranges. I'm looking it up, and if it doesn't tell us, we're in the clear.
Yeah, for sure we are. Maybe no one's ever tried this before. They must have.
Yeah.
Somebody
said approximately 10,000. But
oh well, fine then. I can eat 25. It's nothing. See how much vitamin C is in one orange, and then see how much vitamin C is bad for you, and then that'll tell us the correct answer.
Yeah, we gotta write a paper on this, I think.
Yeah, I have to.
This is some investigation.
I'm doing my dissertation on oranges and how much is fatally poisonous to eat. I love that this started as a fun competition. Well, no, it was a bloodbath from the start. And now it's like, are we going to die in this? We're probably not, but best to find out.
I'm getting sweaty.
23.
Okay, there's 43.2 milligrams of vitamin C in Mandarin orange.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's great.
How much is it fatal? How much you say? 43? Is this good podcasting? How much is 43? What was it per? How many grams of sugar?
53.2.
53.2.
And the fatal amount.
Yep. Oh.
It looks like 11,900.
Oh, we're good then. I've consumed 1,200 grams of vitamin C so far, so I don't even care. I'm golden. I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 oranges left. So if I can diesel down 10 more oranges, I'll have eaten 33 oranges, and I'll be the most adult person on this show.
That's what. Well, you are the firstborn.
That's true, yeah. Speaking of oranges, Joe is here, and he's brought the Christmas oranges. It's Christmas Eve.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank God. And he's got them in a little box, and Rose is in trouble, and she's cleaning the house, so she runs into him, and he's like, hey, I'm not supposed to do this, but you want to see these oranges? And she's like, please, sir, I've never even eaten an orange. They must be what angels eat up in heaven. And he goes, well, I got them from Florida, so I don't effing know. I don't know. And he shows her these oranges, and they're like navel oranges. I'm like, these aren't my beautiful mandarins. What are these?
Well, the slow boat went to China back then, so
that's
you
true.
couldn't really get Mandarin oranges like you can today.
No, that's definitely true. Yeah, you had to settle for the navels, the classic navel,
but they're so hard to peel.
And like there's like a 70% chance it's going to be dry and like just like a husk of an orange. Like oranges are like mostly bad, like a lot of the time. So.
But this is like pre-industrialization of oranges. Like you're getting a real fresh, organic orange right from the vine. That's true. From Florida's tea.
That's true. 24. Oh.
24, get some more. When she gets these oranges, she goes right to the smell. And I was weirded out by this. But then when I thought about it, oranges do have a very nice smell. Very refreshing.
24 of them peeled in a tiny room smells amazing.
Yeah.
It's not.
I bet you my basement has never smelled so great.
Of course, yeah. I do like that who's this guy? Joe. I do like that Joe is like, are you happy here, Rose? And she goes, well, I try to make the best of things. Which is such a sad way to say no.
Yeah. It's the happiest, sad way of saying no. Because it's done in the best of spirits.
Yeah.
But it makes it that much more sad.
Yeah. It's a little kid going, I don't know how to say no to an adult. So I guess I'll just have to fudge it somehow and go, well, I try to make the best of things. Yeah.
And this is our very ruly orphanage manager's brother.
Oh, yeah, loose dink, swinging it around brother. He just wants to have fun, man. He loves it.
Yeah, he's the cool dad.
Yeah, of course. And I'm like, at this point, they're like, oh, Rose, you have to sing for the people coming tonight. You got to sing for the patrons, the people who, you got to sing. You gotta sing for the benefactors. That's what I'm trying to get at. Rose, you gotta sing for the benefactors tonight. Not you, Celeste. I know you do it every year because you've been here forever, but Rose gets to go in your face.
And it's in Celeste's face a lot.
Yeah.
A lot throughout this movie.
Yeah.
Like, Celeste will say something, and then Mr. Crampton is just like, no, Rose got it now.
Yeah, and like Celeste is always trying to rat out Rose, and Mr. Clapton is like, all right, she's busted, but you don't get any, like, no one likes a snitch, Celeste. Everyone hates a snitch, you know?
And Celeste stinks.
Exactly.
She smells bad.
Yeah, if only she smelled like Christmas oranges.
And these benefactors is how this orphanage runs from year to year.
Exactly.
And they all come and watch these terrible orphans sing poorly.
I thought
They're
they sounded
bad.
good. I thought they sounded good as a choir. It is.
That's because if you get a group of kids together and sing, generally it elicits a good reaction. But if you really tone in, they're dumb. They suck.
They are dumb. You're right about that. 25.
Straight to the dome. And I feel like Rose's singing is probably the worst in this entire movie in this scene. She doesn't hit it like she hit some other scenes. Certainly not the death scene of her poor Felicity earlier.
Yeah, well, and like Silent Night is also just like not a very good song. Like it's like the Christmas song your grandma loves because it's like super inoffensive and just like godly and close and holy.
Yeah, it's very hoary. Yeah,
but it stinks. It's not a very good song. You know, like
I like it. I like it a lot.
Well, sing "Oh Holy Night." That's the best Christmas song, and you can fight me on that. "Oh Holy Night's the best." It's got that high note at the end. Ooh, you hear a choir sing that, and they hit that divine. Ooh, it sounds good.
All is good.
No, Silent Night trash. Yuck, get it out of here. Hey, did you ever go caroling as a kid? I'm about to peel 26. I'm eating 33 oranges, just so you know. I'm going to go for it.
No.
Why?
As long as you keep me updated on your poops.
Ain't no stopping us now, man. The train has left the station, and we're about to hit 26. I'm about to peel
I'm
my
going to catch
26.
up.
I hope you do.
Honestly, I don't think I have that many oranges.
I didn't think you did.
I've already done a bag.
You jerk. Making me eat all these oranges. Making me drink all this orange juice.
I think I have like 25 oranges if I could call a orange an orange.
I better eat one more so that I win then.
I had no chance at this, by the way. I don't like to consume things fast. Like if there's a chugging competition with a bunch of bros, you know, you're at the bar and you got to chug. I don't chug. I'm not gonna chug. I don't want to drink it fast.
If you're gonna be a cowgirl, you gotta chug.
Yeah, you should have said that to me earlier. That would have got me in the spirit.
Yeah, you would have. So finally, it's Christmas morning.
Yeah.
And I have this note written down. Yeah, Joe, hang those oranges. I'm about to bust. Sure enough, he does. Hang his oranges, hang his popcorn garland on the tree. And Rose is so excited to break the rules. I sneak downstairs and see all the Christmas oranges. And Celeste totally rats her out, and she gets in trouble for it later.
Yeah, big trouble. The biggest trouble in the world. Because they get to the scene where they're about to pass out these oranges. Everybody should get their oranges.
Yeah.
And this is the best part of their year.
Christmas.
To have the bite of this orange.
Oh, what could be better than eating 26 Christmas oranges?
So Joe gives them all out.
Yeah.
And then finally it's Rose's turn. And she is so filled with wonder and gets that orange in her hand. And Mr. Crampton comes down and says, "Come on! Are you kidding me? There's no way you're getting this orange. Are you kidding me?"
She snuck down. She came out of bed. And she saw the Christmas tree. Dude, you don't get an orange now. You broke all the rules. Get up to the attic. Get up to the attic, little kid.
And her penance is to scrub the whole orphanage.
Yeah.
Tip to top.
Yep, that's what he says. From tip to taint, scrub it all. Scrub it up, dub, kid. And she instead runs away. She leaves.
Oh, sir, what's a taint?
Well, it taint your balls and it taint your butt, you know?
Yeah, he goes into that. There's
Yeah.
a long scene about that.
Big. While all the other kids are like, they want to eat their oranges, Mr. Clapton is busy talking to Joe about what taints are in art.
Taint talk first.
Hey, that's the rules. The adults have to finish their taint talk before you can eat your orange. Sorry.
Oh, this orange is a dud. Have you had any duds?
No, they've all been
Steady.
oh, they've been really good.
I thought the first one was tart.
Well, once you eat 26, you kind of forget what the first one was like. You kind of go, hey, you know what? They've all been good. So
I thought I had you.
Rose runs away. Joe is pissed. He's like, "You've gone too far, Eric Clapton. You've gone too far this time." And he's like, that rattles me to the core, actually. I'm pretty upset about it. And Rose scrubs the entire house. That's what, I'm sorry. Scrub the house, loser. Also, Joe finds her when she runs away, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you come back to my cabin? Let's get you warmed up, and we'll get you some cocoa or whatever." And he does, he's nice to her. But then she finds out that Grace, who is Mr. Clapton's daughter, left him or whatever. But she left Joe a letter being like, when you think my dad is ready, when you think my dad's done being a dingus, give him this letter. And we don't know what the contents of it is, though, because no one's ever opened it. And Rose is like, how long have you been holding on to this letter for? And he's like, I don't know, a while.
I don't know, like forever. Who cares?
Yeah, like, I don't know, 15 years. I don't know, whatever. Who cares? Doesn't matter.
I found $5.
What? You know what you could buy with that?
Yeah, good.
You can buy some Christmas oranges.
The fact that even buying more oranges is even in your brain, in your psyche at all, is absolute insanity.
Give me more. Me want more oranges. I'm about to eat 27th. I'm about to eat my 27th, my man. My wife thought.
You know what's fun to say?
Huh.
More oranges.
Give me more oranges. Yeah, that is fun to say. Merry Christmas oranges, Eric Clapton. They say several times. Rose scrubs the whole house, and then that night she's dead tired because she went to bed with no supper either. That was her punishment. Scrub the house and no supper. Yeah. You held up your hand. You held up your hand as if you had something to add to that.
No, it was two. She got two punishments.
Oh, I thought you were like saying peace to me, as in like peace on earth, goodwill towards men, and I'm gonna
out.
I'm gonna eat 2 more Christmas oranges.
I doubt it. I think this is my last.
How many have you eaten?
I think this is 11.
That's respectable. You're in the double digits, baby. That's great.
Yeah.
So all the orphans wake Rose up in the middle of the night, and they're like, "Hey, wake up, stupid! Wake up!" And she's like, "What? What's going on?" Like her first instinct is like, "Oh, the house is on fire" or something. Like her first instinct is concern. What's going on? And they go, "Hey, you didn't get a Christmas orange. That's not fair. Here you go." And I legitimately got a little choked up at this moment. All of the orphans peeled all their oranges, and they all threw in one slice from each of their oranges to make a new orange for Rose. And then they rewrapped it in a nicely peeled peel so Rose could get an orange at the end of the day. And it was very sweet. It almost made me tear up.
Yeah,
27.
it's like a one all-together peel made with a knife, and it swirls back on the new orange. The thing about this movie is it's kind of a lovely movie. You kind of get drawn into it a little bit. It's well done, well acted, well written, I think. But it's just kind of about poor orphans wanting an orange and then not getting an orange and then getting one.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Hey, you wanted an orange? Guess what? You got an orange, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah.
The end, pretty much. Although, Rose sneaks in to Mr. Clapton's office. She puts the letter on his desk. She puts a couple of slices of orange on his desk and says, like, from your friend Rose. Rose is a very nice kid in this movie. I quite admired Rose. I was like, you're a very good kid. When people are mean to her, she's like, I wish I knew why they were mean to me. Like, what's going on in their life? I feel bad for them that they're so miserable that they have to make me miserable. It was like, you're really mature and understanding for a 7, 8, 9-year-old. Good for you.
It was actually one of my favorite watches of these podcast movies. I thought it was an okay film.
Oh, ugh, no way. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Was it the dirt on their faces the whole time?
Yeah, it was the dirty souls. Yeah. Boxing Day rolls around, and the kids are getting biscuits and gravy, and we get my favorite moment in the whole movie. All the orphans are sitting around the table. There's two like boys that are roughly Rose's and Emily's age. They're probably like 10 or 11 years old. And they started off as antagonists, and then Emily or Rose earned their respect, and they like her, and they kind of go to bat for her at one point. But they're sitting there. So there's the housemaid has made biscuits and gravy. So each kid has a biscuit on their plate, and they're passing a jug of gravy down the table, and each kid is pouring gravy onto their plate. Looks like really good gravy, like dark brown gravy. Oh, it looked great.
On a good biscuit, ooh wee, gotta love it.
So they get down the jug.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. I could go for some biscuits and gravy. Yeah. So the jug is getting passed down, and it gets to this kid Gilbert, who has eaten 85% of his biscuit at this point. He takes the jug and then like looks into the camera and then like slowly pours a little drop of gravy on his biscuit, just looking confused the whole time. Like, am I supposed to be doing that? I ate all my biscuit. And then he passes the gravy boat on. And then after that point, two characters bring up how many biscuits Gilbert ate during lunch. So I think that kid ate that biscuit really quickly on the day they were filming it, and then they just razzed him about it mercilessly and made a point of mentioning it in the movie and being like, that Gilbert, he was just eating biscuits like crazy earlier. Just made me laugh. Dunked on the kid for no reason.
I wrote it down. Like, people really rag on Gilbert for eating the biscuit.
Yeah, they really do.
And that is very plausible.
28.
28?
Well, I'm about to peel it. What?
28 what?
Oranges.
Christmas oranges.
Christmas oranges. Mr. Clapton's happy. He goes to find Grace. He leaves he gets the letter, and the letter's like, Dad, I forgive you. I love you. Come spend Christmas with me, even though I sent this years ago. Whatever, he goes out to find his daughter. He leaves Joe in charge of the orphanage. All the orphans are so excited. They're so happy. And and then
there's no arc for Joe, though. He's just kind of a cuck throughout this whole movie.
Yeah, he's a cuck to children.
Yeah. But, I mean...
28.
I guess Mr. Crafton eventually comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like he's going to go away forever, and then at the end of the movie, like, oh, he did come back. Mm-hmm. And why is that there?
And he was nice.
Well, he was nice now, yeah, for sure.
And then for no reason, Josephine shows up with her family.
Yeah, why?
It's like, oh, and then Josephine showed up, and then it's over. And then the movie ends. And you're like, well, wait, why is Josephine there? And they go, don't even worry about it. How many oranges can you eat? And you go,
it's like Rose got to write the end of this movie. Like, the little kid was like, where's Josephine? Well, she like just went to a different orphanage and something happened with her life. No, I need to see her again. It'll wrap her up.
Yeah.
No, that's not how this works, kid.
She goes, yeah, it's fine. Just write her in. They go, well, but what's she going to do? And she goes, I don't know, hug me, and then we'll never hear or see from her again. And they go, okay, perfect ending then. Great.
Well, her father owns Bridgestone Multimedia Group, so.
Whoa. Yeah.
That's a soundbite.
Now
those string of noises were very fun in a row.
Now that's a Christmas orange. Hey, Steve, what did you think of Christmas oranges?
Are we going to wrap up Christmas oranges first, or are we going to wrap up this contest?
Oh, I
Because
think
it seems like you still want to eat more oranges.
my brain wants to eat more oranges. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm at 28, and my brain is like, you could do 30. But I'm thinking of my wife, and I'm like, there's only 5 oranges left in this box, so maybe I should leave a couple of oranges for my wife to eat because I'm a good husband. Yes, I ate 28 of them like a monster and deprived her of those oranges, but I'm leaving her 5. That's pretty nice of me. And she ate 2, so she's going to eat 7 oranges to my 29. I think that's 28, sorry. I think that's a pretty fair trade.
I think that's an excellent trade, and I think I won this competition.
How dare you? How?
We'll never be able to count these peels.
How dare
and
you?
The evidence will say otherwise.
How many oranges did you eat?
Probably 12 or so.
Well, that's pretty respectable. I think if you tell your wife that number first, she's going to go, wow, 12 Christmas oranges. That's a lot of Christmas oranges. And then you're going to go, yeah, but Adam ate 28 of them. And she'll go, oh, is he going to die? And you go, I hope so. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we got to finish out Christmas on this podcast. And that means you cannot die. What are we eating next week?
I think we should eat some Christmas oranges next week. Should that be every episode in December as we just eat as many Christmas oranges as we possibly can? Here's what I'm going to propose.
I could do this again.
How bad is if my diarrhea is not too bad after today, I am down for eating another box of Christmas oranges next week, every week until we get to Christmas.
See if you can beat the number this week.
Exactly.
Well, you got to get your system used to it. You can't start from 100.
No, but I do fully intend on eating 100 by the end of December. Can I make that promise?
We only got 4 weeks. It's not a 5-week month either.
Well, we only have 3 weeks left, and I've set the gauntlet down at 28. So if I can eat on average 25 Christmas oranges every episode until the end, then December's a cakewalk. 100's easy. What's that? It's nothing.
Nothing.
Hey, what did you think of Christmas oranges? Did you love them?
I enjoyed watching this film. I was in the mood for something kind of bland but decent. What did you think of this movie?
You were looking for the movie equivalent of gruel, and baby, you got it.
I think I'm gonna eat gruel next time.
How much gruel can you eat? This movie was fine. I did love that it dealt with the last major pandemic that we experienced as a society, and
Yeah,
and I liked how they teased out the Christmas oranges and then finally gave them to us. I'm tired. I think
you're crashing, baby.
I think I'm gonna die. I think this is me dying right now.
Call the hospital. Call 911 and just keep that one open.
I'm dialing 911 in my phone, and the last one is going to be on a dead man's trigger. And so if I collapse, I'm pressing that one as I collapse, and then it rings. So
also tell your wife, or lock yourself in the room and don't talk to her all evening.
Don't come check on me. I'm fine.
I'm fine, lady.
Well, until next week, here's some Christmas chiz in your eye.
Ho, ho, ho.
I love you.
Merry Christmas.
I love you.
We love you.
I'm Chism. I'm Chism. I'm Chism.
What?
What are you
That's great.
I'm Chism. I'm Chism.
Probably gonna eat some Christmas oranges tonight.
Merry Christmas.
That's great.
I'm gonna have another one.
I'm gonna vomit.